it's been so long that I've enjoyed so many new releases in a row that I kind of hardly can't contain my excitement for this. 3 kind of different films, 3 very fantastical films, 3 films that I personally think everybody has to see. So I'm going to do them in order of preference, which may be the order that I watched them in, I think. And yeah, we'll start with the one that I love the most. This is Colossal. This is Anne Hathaway's latest film, and as soon as I heard about this, I thought, I need to see this. It sounds really weird. It combines reality and fantasy. Anne Hathaway plays this character who has a bit of a drinking problem. She's really down on her luck. And then one day she walks into this park feeling, really sorry for herself. And then she realises that at the same time in Japan, this avatar, this monstrous robotic avatar thing, to give it its technical description, appears and mirrors her actions. And she starts to explore this, and they have to try and work out why it's happening. And there's an element of human nature in there, insofar as what is the right thing to do. And it kind of tests the limits of, if you could crush an entire city of people, would you do it? And it's such a fantastic blend of realism and fantasy, and it works so well. And it's got a little bit of a thriller aspect to it, a few surprises along the way, certain characters that developed really interestingly as the story progressed in ways that I wasn't expecting. 100% loved it. The plot was so fantastic, and Anne Hathaway was brilliant, and it's really good to see her in a film like this, because I'm used to seeing her in rom-coms or comedies or Les Mis. Colossal is a cut above the rest. So I'm really torn between the next two as to which one I prefer. I can't decide, so I'm going to go with the one that I watched furthest back, which is Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Men Tell No Tales, also known as Salazar's Revenge. I should call it Salazar's Revenge because that's his British title, but I don't like it. So I'm going to stick with Dead Men Tell No Tales. This film has got exceptionally mixed reviews. Some people hated it, some people found it okay, and people like me absolutely adored it. This, I'm not going to spoil any of it, but I will say that like every other of them, it does have the black pearl in it, and the bit with the black pearl, when we kind of first get the black pearl, I don't know what it was about that moment. I just thought that's probably one of my favourite things in the whole film. Honestly, I thought the plot was interesting, and I thought Johnny Depp was brilliant. I think a lot of people are kind of thinking, or saying even, that Depp is maybe past Jack Sparrow, and that his performance wasn't really the same as it was in previous films, because it felt like to some people his heart wasn't in it, and that he wasn't portraying the character the way he used to. And I think, well, yes, maybe, perhaps. But first of all, he's been going through an awful lot lately. And second of all, obviously Jack is going through a lot more, and he's getting older as a character, and I think he's maybe getting a little bit weary. Personally, I think they could leave the series there. I don't know if they'll go any further with it. Certainly there are always plans to do more of these films, but I think as a plot it worked well. Visually, it was great. Salazar's Revenge, or Dead Men Tell No Tales, is not my favourite. It isn't. I think the first one and the second films are my favourites, but I don't think that it's a bad film in the slightest, and I would absolutely recommend it. And last, but certainly by no means least, we have Wonder Woman. I have to say that I didn't really know that much about Wonder Woman before seeing this film, so for me it was a really wonderful introduction with her origin story from the Amazons through to reality, I guess, as we know it, with the First World War. And having it set during the Great War I thought was really effective. It really kind of pits this fantasy superhero character against the reality of the war and things that we come up with on a day-to-day basis. Thankfully not today, but once upon a time for many people that was a very daily occurrence, and to have Diana Prince put into this setting and then as Wonder Woman was wonderful. I was very impressed with the plot and the way that that mapped out and developed. I think it had the perfect amount of comedy. I think there was a nice amount of kind of light comedy mixed in with the fantasy, and also the reality. The way she developed was great, and just as an origin story, it was amazing. And the soundtrack was beautiful, her costume was beautiful. I was watching somebody's review, I can't remember who it was, but they were saying how it's rather entertaining how no matter how much she fights and has these heroic battles and becomes really triumphant, her hair never moves. It always remains perfect. And I think that kind of gives us that element of escapism, that element of perfection that all of us would love to have, but we can't, so we escape in films and have it that way. So it's not 100% perfect as a film, but I'd say it's 99.9% up there as one of DC's greatest. So if I had to recommend just one of those films out of all three, it would be Colossal. And then I actually kind of feel like then I'd recommend Wonder Woman, but for Pirates of the Caribbean fans, you need to see the latest one. Coming up, we have The Mummy. The Mummy's the next on my list to see, and by the time you're watching this, I may well have seen it. And then Murder on the Orient Express with Olivia Colman. Oh, ever since I found out Olivia Colman's in that, and Johnny Depp and Kenneth Branagh, that is the one film this year that I need to be good. And Hampstead's out at the end of the month. Considering I live in Hampstead, that for me is just the dream film, and I cannot wait for it. Of course, I would love to know what films you are looking forward to coming out soon, and if you see any of these, let me know your thoughts. That is it for just now, so I'll speak to you all soon. Bye!